guys, welcome to the live video for the BBNaija season 5 reunion show. So this show, guys, is getting so intense. Yesterday we had the introductions and we gave you the updates on that. If you haven't caught it, go to our Facebook and watch that video. But we gave you the lowdown on the introduction, everything that went down, you know, who was talking to who was not talking to who was ignored for the most part of that introduction video. Now we had that happen and nothing much, although the drama, we got small drama that morning, but yesterday, I beg your pardon, but it was like not too much. Now moving on to the second day, which was today, and I'm seeing things that I did not plan for. I promise you, you would not expect the level of violence that we had today. I'll just dive right into it, I beg your pardon. But before I do that, this is brought to you by every NG, and my name is Judith. Now let's go into the video proper. Okay, so today we are treating Dorathy, Ozo, Nengi. That's the situation that we are treating today. That is just it. Like, that's just what we are treating today, to be honest. And child, people are saying things that even those of us that were watching the show koro, like, you know, when they say you're watching something koro with your bare eyes, we didn't catch some of these things. Some of these details that Wathoni and Ka3na are giving, never heard of them. Who are these people? So yeah, first of all, we start talking about the housemates. We start talking about, you know, people who had like a whole love triangle situation. And of course, we all know that Ebuka, being the dramatic man that he is, so like, oh, so I want to know what's going on here, what's happening here. And you know, Ebuka with his expressions, hilarious. So he started with that, and then he was like, okay, so what is happening between you, Dorathy, and Ozo? And then he threw the question to Ozo, and Ozo was like, oh, Dorathy is just my friend, there's nothing serious, we're just chilling. You know, Ozo now, diplomatic guy, you're like, oh, we're just friends, nothing serious. And Dorathy was like, you know, Dorathy, and when she starts laughing, she's like, okay, if you say so, we are just friends, I agree. Now, he said a lot of things. He's like, oh, we just had a connection as friends, we didn't have anything, like there was no relationship, no, nothing like that. It was just, you know, plain friendship, like we just connected as friends. It was not like a whole situation. And then Ebuka asked a very important question that I felt like so many people were asking during the show, and it's, do you feel like your actions in any way put Dorathy in a sticky situation, like a triangle that she might not have wanted to be in? And as well as like, oh, I don't think so. I think we're just being regular friends, and maybe she blew things out of proportion, because a lot of people actually feel like Dorathy blew things out of proportion. I'm like, wait, what? Are we watching the same show here? Because how did she blow these things out of proportion? So of course, Ebuka threw the question to all the housemates, and Ka3na answered. Now, for the first time, I feel like so many people agreed with the boss lady on this one, which is not a very common thing, right? So Ka3na felt like Ozo was playing a game. He was playing both Nengi and Dorathy. He was playing it to his advantage, although that might not have worked out perfectly, but she felt like he was playing a game to his advantage. So she said this, and she was like, oh, I was convinced that Ozo liked Dorathy. I wasn't sure if Dorathy liked Ozo, based off I was friends with Dorathy from the beginning and she didn't give me any of that kind of vibe. So I don't feel like she likes Ozo, but I know for a fact that Ozo likes Dorathy. I'm like, where are we getting this from? Then you know that thing that happened. I have to take us forward a bit. Now I'm going to size the situation with Erica, Kidwaya, and Lekon. I know how Erica said she was in love with Lekon's brain, or she liked Lekon's brain and Kidwaya's physique. That was what Ka3na brought into the situation. She was like that she felt Ozo liked Dorathy's personality, but not her physically. So I was like, how do you like someone's personality and not like them physically? Like, how is that even supposed to happen? How does that even work? And you know, a lot of people were saying a lot of things. They're like, okay, well, it's actually very possible that this can happen, you know, all the time. So just like it's very, very possible that this thing can happen. So after Ka3na said what she said, people were like, yeah, I actually agree with Ka3na on this one. And I'm like, hey, boss lady has supporters. All right, so really nice. So after she said what she said so much, and Wathoni butts in. So with what Wathoni did, I think it was a little bit annoying, if we are being honest. I think it was a little bit annoying because, you know, people were saying their stuff, and Wathoni came in and she was like, oh, she felt like Dorathy liked Ozo, and it was paining her that that Ozo was with Nengi. So she was trying to put like, put them in a sticky situation, trying to make sure that, oh, the thing doesn't work out between them. And coming off what she said, Dorathy felt angry. To be fair, she felt angry, and so many people might justify the anger, because I'm trying to explain myself here. I'm trying to tell you how this person puts me in a sticky situation, but you're on here telling me about, oh, I liked the guy, I was irritated. Like, I'm telling you that I don't like him, and you keep on reiterating. Anyway, I'll just have to give you the gist. I'm not giving you my 2 cents. So Wathoni said what she said, and it was just like, when something sparks. First off, Dorathy was laughing. Dorathy, Otiti, and Hala, like, let me even show you guys. Like, she was like, and then her facial expressions killed me. I'm like, sis, what? What is this? She was literally like, what's this babe saying? What's this girl literally saying here? Like, what are you saying about me liking somebody that I clearly did not like? So after she said that, after Wathoni said what she said, a couple more people said some things. Dorathy also spoke. Now, at the end of this speech that she had, this initial speech she had, she was like, put yourself in my shoes. Now, she was talking to Ozo. She was like, I literally told Ozo, put yourself in my shoes. Do you think you'd be comfortable with somebody doing something like this to you? Like, you keep coming to me to tell me about, oh, how this girl did this, how this girl did that, and I give you advice. You, for like a day or two, you're acting like, oh yeah, you're taking my advice, and then next thing you are going off and doing something else. So she said that she actually told Ozo that she was not happy with what was happening, and Ozo was like, calm down, we're just friends and stuff. I'm just like, ugh, what is happening in here? Now, while she was giving this speech, what we're all guessing after they left the house was confirmed. She actually said that she had feelings for Prince in the first few weeks in the house. I'm like, so this Prido ship had actually been sailing for a while, but we just didn't know. Like, we all thought, oh yeah, they're just friends, they're just guys and all whatnot. And I'm like, wow, something is not adding up. So yeah, she said that, and Ebuka was like, oh, okay, let's not jump, let's not move, let's keep talking. Now, while she was talking, like I mentioned, she was really upset. She changed this for Wathoni at some point. She was like, this whole situation panned out. After this whole situation panned out, now both of them were obviously giving themselves the side eye, but let's just leave those ones anymore. Now, Dorathy actually mentioned that she does not talk to Ozo. Who would have guessed that Dorathy and Ozo, they were like besties in the house? Although, yeah, we felt there was a triangle or a square of some sort. Who would have thought that both of them would not be talking to themselves at this point? Yup, they don't talk anymore. She mentioned that. Actually, I'm still streaming, so guys, I'm giving you most of this gist as it's dropping. I have my headphones with me. So, she said some things, and she was like, okay, what exactly is going on here? Why would you say something like that, Wathoni? I wasn't talking to you. Now, she finished shouting at Wathoni. She moved on. Ozo came to talk, and he said that he felt like Dorathy was putting things in Nengi's head about him. So this whole friendship situation was even really sticky, to be fair, because Ozo would tell Dorathy stuff about Nengi, and Nengi was even upset at a point. I'll go on to that later. Nengi was upset about the things that Ozo was telling Dora about her. Now, you go ahead to tell Dora. I'm talking from Ozo's angle now. Ozo goes ahead to tell Dora stuff about Nengi. Oh, I don't like she's doing this, she's doing that. Always complaining about Nengi to Dora. And then he's now saying that Dora would go behind him and talk to Nengi and tell Nengi negative stuff about him, putting Dora in a position of maybe a backbiter or something. But some other things now prove that, okay, who is lying? Who is lying? Because like I said, Ka3na said some things. Wathoni said something about sexual intimacy between Dorathy and Ozo. But of course that place was blooped out. Maybe we haven't gotten to that gist yet, so let's not talk about it. But just so you know, to put a pin on it, Wathoni actually cited something, you know, a whole sexual situation between Ozo and Dora. Okay, interesting stuff. So that situation panned out. Ozo said what he wanted to say. You know, he said that Dorathy said a lot of hurtful stuff about him, and I'm like, hey, what is going on, my people? What is happening? What exactly is happening? So after she said what she said, after he said what he said, you know, Ka3na came in again, said what she wanted to say, and then it was Prince's time to talk. Now remember, Prince's name was mentioned somewhere, but it was just in passing, like, oh, I had feelings for Prince and Ozo knew about it because I told Ozo. That was Dora speaking, yes. So now Prince was being asked, do you think Dorathy had a thing for Ozo? And Prince was like, from the onset, I knew that Dorathy did not like Ozo in that way. Like, it wasn't that kind of relationship. And I was like, whoosh, whoosh, things is about to get sticky. Yo, things are literally about to get sticky. So that Dorathy said she had for him, I think they just skid past that because it wasn't time to address it just yet. Okay, can someone now explain to me why Ka3na comes to give us juicy details about the last Saturday night party? So Ka3na comes in and she's like, oh, the last Saturday night party, before they came, you know how they had like an all-white party. Guys, let me even give you something. So remember that Nengi cried after that party because Ozo ignored her and he wasn't talking to her the way they would usually speak. Now there's a little bit of a backstory to that, because Ka3na was saying that before they went for that party, Ozo actually approached her, complained about how people were seeing him based off the Nengi situation, and saying that, oh, he was chasing Nengi like a silly person without, you know, home training and without self-control and all whatnot, and that he wanted to make Nengi jealous. So that was why Ka3na opted to dance with to Nengi throughout the party. Now this particular part of the reunion was the part that was getting no, because it now felt like, who is lying? Because Ka3na kept on saying, Ozo, you're lying, you told me this. And Ozo claimed he did not tell Ka3na anything like that. He didn't ask Ka3na to dance with him. The reason he did not talk to Nengi was because they were asked not to talk to the housemates, and he didn't want to break any rules. I'm like, you're outside the house, why don't you want to break any rules? It doesn't matter, literally. You know, the housemates don't know that they're not supposed to talk to you. So if you talk to them, nobody is going to beat you. I'm not advising anybody to do anything wrong, but I'm just saying that was some sort of a flimsy excuse. Seeing that he was talking to Neo, do you get, like, it's not pissing, but you know, Ka3na insisted that he was lying, that, you know, he actually said he wanted to talk to he wanted to make Nengi jealous. I'm like, when it was Nengi's time to speak, Nengi actually said that she was really upset with what Ozo did, that Ozo was, it felt like Ozo was playing her and Dorathy, and Ozo pit Dorathy against her. Like, he put them in a situation where they fell out, because he would do like, and she basically complained about the same thing Dorathy complained. Like, he would come to Dorathy, say nasty stuff about her, and obviously make Dorathy have a prejudice. Like, Dorathy already has an existing bias even without knowing her, and then come to her and say stuff that Dorathy told him. And then Ozo is now looking like, bro, what exactly were you doing in that house? What exactly were you playing as? And it just goes to show that we don't even see the full extent of what happens. All the switching of cameras, I feel like we should just have 20 cameras on all the 20 housemates at all times, so that we know what we are doing. We know the gist and we know it fully. But I guess that's where they get the content for the reunion from, because how will we have content if you've seen everything? So yeah, Ka3na said that she really regrets indulging Ozo with that whole making Nengi jealous thing. She felt like she shouldn't have spoken to Ozo, and some people were really backing her up. One was Praise. Now this Praise situation, guys, this Praise situation, let me tell you about it. So Praise said that he actually saw Ozo in Ka3na's room. Eric saw Ozo in Ka3na's room, although he didn't say it, he did not dispute that he saw Ozo in Ka3na's room when she said it. And I'm like, what? Guys, what is going on? So yeah, he said that, and Ka3na insisted, you needed to have seen Ozo and Ka3na. It was basically like, Ozo, you are lying, you are lying. At a point, Ka3na got really, really agitated. You could tell that she was like heated, and she's next to Ozo, and I'm like, I beg, oh, let's not catch any slaps here, oh, let nobody slap anybody, oh, I beg. So she was really upset about the whole situation. She was like, why would this guy come and lie about something like this and make me look like a bad person? Now, something I want to highlight is the look on Lucy and Kidwaya's face. Even tell anybody, you could just see them like, all this drama in my front, in my very before. So yeah, that happened. Now BBNaija's reunion panned out longer than it usually would, because remember last season they were doing 30 minutes until towards the end when they did 1 hour, but today they actually did like a full 1 hour thing. And like I said, I'm still streaming, so I'm giving you this gist as I'm watching it. Now Prince and Nengi's situation, we decided to go into that. And Prince said, and he admitted, because it was clear to everybody, he said that he actually likes Nengi. He loved Nengi. Not love is a strong word, but he likes Nengi at the beginning of the show, and it was because she was playing back and forth and trying to flirt with everybody that he was just like, sis, I don't think we are going to continue with this situation. And then he also saw like old clips of when Prince was telling people about his feelings for Nengi when they were spending time together. I'm like, oh, y'all are so cute. This is literally so cute. So yeah, that happened, and we could see that clip of when Nengi was like, if you have a crush on me, act on it now, or don't wait, because you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, so they kind of, you know how BBNaija has, like, Big Brother has his receipts. Big Brother literally has his receipts. So I'm just like, if you want to lie, you can try, but we have the receipts. So Prince basically gave me part of his story about how people kept on asking him who he liked, and he just kept on saying Nengi. And at the point he had to go and tell Nengi, like, look, I like you. People have been asking, I've been answering this question time without number, so I think it's time for us to, okay. So they started talking. Nengi said she likes him too. I know we all watched that part, everybody is abreast with that. Now can somebody explain why when Praise was talking to Ka3na, he said, I don't care about her? What happened to aggressive cuddling? What happened to aggressive cuddling? Because I'm so confused, guys. I'm actually so confused. What exactly happened here? Now I'm like, okay, there we have it. That was what happened. Now Prince was also giving like an expose on what happened between him and a certain male housemate. If you know who this person is, please drop a comment, because he was saying that, you know, this person pressure. I feel like I'm already giving that away, but if you know who I'm talking about, drop a comment for me in the comment section. Let's interact. So he was saying that he felt like, Nengi, with you and Nengi, what's going on? I see that you are not as close as you used to be, and Ozo is in the picture, kind of, so you need to apply pressure if you were outside this house. Now this particular statement was what got to a lot of people, because they're like, how shallow can you be? How shallow can you be? So this person was telling him how, you know, everybody was if, because they are all inside the house, he has an advantage by adding pressure. But if they're outside the house, Ozo could get like a G-Wagon, you know, a Benz, in the house, he has a fair advantage. He can actually compete. I'm like, Nengi Pengi, you're hot though. You are hot. Look at people applying pressure for you left, right, and center. Now, Prince was saying that Nengi did not end up with him because she felt like he was a popular jingo. Now, if you know who a popular jingo is, it's basically someone that is everywhere, like everybody's friend, is friendly with everybody. Everybody likes this person. And Nengi disputed, like, no, that's not why. I just didn't want a relationship in the house. And we all saw Nengi say this time and time again, even with also, and she actually admitted that she liked Prince. Like, I liked him, but I told him that no relationship is going to work, and I didn't even know you long enough to want to have a relationship with you or to be with you and stuff like that. And I was like, girl, I get you. I really understand what you're saying. That makes sense, especially seeing that, you know, a lot of people did not go into that relationship thing because small space. Really talking about this Ozo thing. Ozo is getting really agitated because no, Ozo is normally the diplomatic guy, but he's saying now that he never had a conversation with Nengi about Prince. Nengi said that she mentioned, Ozo said they never had a conversation, that obviously he saw them. I'm like, oh, of course, it's a small house, they're just 20 people, you would see them, but did you have that conversation? Did you guys clear that out, or you just put yourself in a triangle, basically something that you could have easily avoided? And he said, you know, that he didn't know anything about them. I'm like, whoa. So guys, this particular one is just going left, right, center, gbasgbos here and there, details that we did not expect here and there. And I'm just like, Wahala do. This is just day 2. What's going to happen day 3, day 10? Anyway, just trust every to keep you up to date on everything that is happening, like we have just done. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, and share it to your friends, your family, every single person, so that they get the gist of what's happening. If you can't catch up with it, we'll definitely keep you up to speed on everything as is happening in the BBNaija season 5 reunion. Now, I have to take my leave here because, I mean, everybody needs to stew with this drama I just dropped. We need to stew in it. We need to let it marinate, okay? Let it sink in. And don't forget to drop your comments on everything that I've said, anything that piqued your interest. Do you think that Ozo, because in the house Ozo was made out to be like the quiet, the diplomatic guy, but do you think that all this drama could have been avoided if it was a bit more straightforward? Because from everything that is happening now, maybe, I mean, he took the fault for it. He said maybe he could have avoided certain situations. So let me know what you think on that. Do you think that Dorathy liked Ozo? Is she lying, or did she actually just see Ozo as a friend? And who would have guessed that Dorathy had feelings for Prince? Alright guys, so I have to take my leave now. Thank you so much for joining this video, and don't forget to subscribe, share this video, and like the video. Until next time, this is every NG, and my name is Judith. Bye.